Hi everyone and welcome to a review of Dapol's latest amazing, this has blown me for starters, Hawthorn Leslie locomotive. This isn't just a Hawthorn Leslie by Dapol, it's a specific Hawthorn Leslie locomotive. As you know, a lot of Hawthorn Leslie locomotives had names, so like I think one was Invincible, for example. And this one is of a locomotive at Foxfield Railway. So this is why this is indeed very special. I picked this up from Footplate of Kidderminster for about £270. As you can see, it's DCC fitted and it is a sound loco. So it has been given sound and it sounds amazing. I watched a couple of reviews. I know Sam Trains did one on the Dapol Hawthorn Leslie locomotive, and someone else did another one. And he played the sounds on that locomotive, and it turned out to be the same sounds that are on this one. Now, I know that this locomotive, all of the sounds on this are recorded from the real locomotive, the real Marston, Thompson and Evershed locomotive. So it makes me wonder, have Dapol actually used the same sounds from Marston, Thompson and Evershed No3 for all of their sound Hawthorn Leslie locos? Because I can't imagine they'll have gone to every single Hawthorn Leslie in the country and recorded the sound from every single one of them, because of course they're all going to sound a little bit different after God knows how long, 100 years now, which is when these were... This is when Marston was built in 1924. But, you know, considering that the sounds are the same, I'm presuming to cut some cost, they've just used Marston over and over again. I have previewed this locomotive. It sounds beautiful, it's amazing. And what I've done for this review is I've set up, if I can show you, a temporary track. Now it's only just sort of it's all powered and everything, or it's not yet, but it will be. It's just a curve and a bit of straight where the power goes in. So I hope showing that off will give you some idea on both how it sounds and what it looks like, because it is genuinely amazing. So if I'm done here, let's crack on, shall we? So while I do this part of the review, I'm just going to do it as this, because it's going to be much, much more simpler than anything else right now. But as you can see, I've placed it on the track, so it's just there. And what I'll do is I'll lift the lid off. As you can see, we get a nice little owner's manual. This just tells you how to look after it, gives you some information on Hawthorn Leslie as a company, and so, which is very interesting as well. And it tells you how to take the locomotive off the plinth that it's on. It's on like a plexiglass plinth. It tells you all about its specifications up here. So it is a finely moulded body with many separately fitted fine details. DCC ready with next 18 decoder socket, including accessed via the lift-off die-cast saddle tank. I'll show you that in a moment. DCC fitted and DCC sound models available. Cast wheels with fine relief and appropriate colouring. Die-cast compensated chassis and all-wheel pickups, which is fantastic for, you know, a model like this. NEM pockets as standard. So these... It actually does have NEM couplings, and I'll talk about that in a minute. A powerful coreless motor, and a accessory bag with spares and other optional detail. And then it also goes on to how, you know, like maintenance, operation. It also goes into the fitting of different accessory items, installing the decoders, or taking them out indeed, how to remove and fit the tank back on. It also talks about the factory-fitted models that it comes with, and it also talks about the sound functions. So we'll go on to that in a little bit. That's just more and different modes for the locomotive, etc, etc, and it also comes with a warranty on the back. Now, looking at the box right here, right now, I can tell that this is upside down. So I do apologise, and I'm going to just flip it the other way. But I'll need to pick it up anyway, just to get this foam board out. And that's what you get inside, and that's the accessories bag right there. And you can see that the locomotive comes with a couple of couplings and also etched plates as well. If you can indeed see that. I don't think my camera is going to focus on those great, but it was worth a shot. But they are very finely detailed as well, and that is incredible. For now, let's get the locomotive out. And it also does come with a plate for the decoder as well, if you want to run it on DC. So yes, here she is, Marston, Thompson and Evershed No3, modelled on the real locomotive at Foxfield Railway. It looks stunning, and just a disclaimer, I've fitted this cab crewman inside. This is not pre-fitted on the loco by Dapol, and I've done that. So that's just a small disclaimer about that. You can see NEM coupling at the front, sprung buffers, which is fantastic. And also, if I'm careful enough, the roof comes off so you can actually fit your crewman inside, which is a great addition to locomotives. I think a lot more locomotives should do, or more companies who make locomotives should do things like that. Now, it is completely die cast, and it's just a beautiful model of the real-life locomotive. So now we have the beautiful Marston, Thompson and Evershed on the track. Without really wasting any more time, why don't we turn the sound on and see what it's like? There we go. There's the simmering. Okay. Now, my controller, my DCC controller, is an select, not an elite. So I won't be able to play all the sounds, but I'll play as many as I can. If that's alright with you, I do apologise for any missing sounds. I might come back over this when I get an updated model. But for now, we're going to have to put up with this, really. So, the sound is on, and that's F1. Which is the fade in, fade out. The next one is a short whistle. Whew. That gave me shivers. Wow. Okay. F3 is a long whistle. Whew. And then F4 is coal shoveling. And that carries on until you press F4 again. There we go. And you can hear the door shutting at the end as well, which is quite nice. So, unfortunately that's all I can play, I believe. Anyway, let me try F5 and see if that works. No response. Okay, no worries, we can carry on without it. So when you press F4, it actually lights up a tiny LED in the firebox, and it makes it look like the coal is being shoveled, and it turns it off when you do, which is really, really cool. So without any more messing about, I think we really should move this locomotive, because she seems a bit impatient to me, don't you think? So what do I think of this little locomotive? I think that Dapol have knocked it out the park. This is the kind of quality that I would expect for something like what Hornby produce, but they don't do that. The reason why is because they cut costs. We've all heard the horror stories of Hornby's awful quality, things breaking, motors not working, and frankly, it's been getting ridiculous over the past couple of years. All of their stuff tends to generally be plastic. There are a couple of models here and there, but even then, the quality of them dips severely. Yes, there are plastic bits on this, and I can sort of forgive those in favour of metal, because it would be too hard to cast them. Especially with them being much more fragile and things like that. Like all of this detailing down here is likely plastic. But as I said, I can forgive that because at the end of the day, they've looked at this model and made the best choices for it. It's got a removable cab, it lights up in the firebox, it has sound, the slow speed, my god. That is the slowest I can get this model from my controller. Maybe it's nope. That is indeed the slowest I can go with this model. That is absolutely incredible, and that's what I would be expecting from Hornby. That blows me away. You've seen it when it took off earlier. The thing is, this model just doesn't accelerate and decelerate. It does it gradually. And you can hear that motor working. The sound kind of blocks it out when you've got the sound on, but you can see that motor working. And you can see that those wheels accelerating, but slowly, rather than immediately, like Hornby does. In conclusion, this is an amazing model which has been well thought out and had money actually put into it. Because I feel like a lot of model makers don't do this. They don't put money into their products. I am lost for words on this model because it's amazing, it's beautiful, it is stunning. Dapol, as I said, have put a lot of thought, care and attention to detail in it. I think it should be said that everyone needs to give this model a chance, because I haven't seen many reviews of this model. I've seen one video on it, and that was by Ben Forrester? Apologies if I botched your name, who made a very widely detailed review about this, and I think that was well justified. So to finish up, I think we'll put the sound on, and Marston will wave goodbye. What do you think?